Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to thank, once again, I did post in my community, but in case you didn't see it, my last video was on panic attacks, and I received, a lot of feedback on it. And, just anybody that's suffering with mental health and all that, a lot of us are. You're not alone, and you need to you need to open up to your friends, your family, and don't feel alone. And, we're all in this together. So this video is about this really excellent book. If you're a fan of The Office, I highly recommend it. It's written by Brian Baumgartner and Ben Silverman. You might know Brian as the character, I forgot his character name for a second. Yeah, you might remember Brian as Kevin Malone on The Office. And one of my favorite, and Molly's favorite scenes in the whole Office is the chili scene at the intro. But this goes through the whole series, all of the chapters, and the cast members talk throughout. And I'll just read you a little, and there's lots of pictures too. I'll just read you this. Rainn Wilson. If there was a new show coming out today and they had a Diversity Day episode with characters saying things like, "Try my googie googie" to an Indian person, and jokes about Asian drivers and Arabs being too explosive, there would be a lot of angry people on social media saying it was inappropriate. There would be a huge backlash against it. And then Bill Silverman said, "Diversity Day is still one of my favorite episodes of TV, let alone on The Office. It is so funny and dangerous and different in a real and non-PC way. I don't know if you could even say any of the things we said in that episode anymore." But they were just, and I do understand it, like in today's environment, but it was just comedy, and most of us got that it was just comedy, and it was just silly. Sorry. Angela Kinsey. "I think my card said Jamaica, right? When we shot that scene, I remember looking around and thinking, I'm not seeing this on TV right now." And then Brian says, "That episode has one of my favorite jokes in the entire show. When Michael asks Oscar if he prefers a term that's less offensive than Mexican." And I am hoping to somehow get in contact with Brian and talk to him on my main channel. Where is he? Oh, he's in the back there. There he is, Kevin Malone. And it's just a very easy read. The text is, large. I need it at my age. And it's a very big book. Steve Carell. Like I said, the cast members, they all talk about certain episodes, and there's pictures throughout. I think my favorite episode, of course, for a lot of people, is Dinner Party. So I should have said this at the beginning, but I'm just trying to push this book. Excellent. If you're a fan of The Office, you need this. But when it was on regular TV back in the day, and I knew it was popular and all that, I just wasn't into these comedy series for the most part. Back in the old days, like in the 70s, I loved MASH and All in the Family and all that, but by the 80s and 90s, 2000s, I'd lost interest in most comedy series. Seinfeld was great, of course, but I didn't even really watch that very much. But when The Office came onto Netflix, it was about 10 years ago, and I'm here alone, and I'm skimming through Netflix, and I see The Office, and I'll give it a try. And I think, you know, it was a little slow at first, the first episode, but I kept watching it, and very quickly I was laughing. And I actually, the first time I watched it, I only watched it, shame on me, I know. When Steve Carell left, I haven't watched the other episodes. I'm just such a Michael guy, but I know I should watch the whole series at some point. But the first time I watched the first, I think, 7 seasons, the ones that Michael was in, I didn't really appreciate Dwight. I didn't, you know, once in a while I'd find him funny, but overall I didn't, and I found him annoying, which he is. But once again, I watched the series one more time a few months later, and that's when I got it. I got the comedy of Dwight, and I appreciated him a lot more. You know, we all have our favorite characters, but my favorite, of course, would be Steve Carell as Michael. And I did do a video on my main channel, kind of talking about my favorite characters. Yeah, and that's it. So I just highly recommend this book if you're a fan of The Office. Please check it out. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye. Almost forgot to show a couple of my Office shirts. That's what she said. And you might think it's true, but I think it's false.